Hi, my name is Gene Allen, and today we're going to talk about FileSure and remote desktop. I've been getting a lot of requests for people asking about remote desktop and data theft and data loss, and I'm assuming that's probably because um, of people working from home, COVID or whatever. So I'm going to start a remote desktop session right here. Type in my magic password and remote control this computer over here. Let's see. So I'm remote controlling a Win 10 VM4. That's going to be my workstation. All right, so here we are. This is a managed workstation from by FileSure. So we're going to steal some data. Now, how we're going to do this is we're going to do it a couple of different ways. First of all, I'm going to do the typical way. When you connect via remote desktop, you can see these drives. You can see and this is my local computer. So the easiest way to steal data is to just copy data right to it. So I'm going to copy some files from the C drive. I've got some test data here. We're going to copy these documents right here. And we're just going to copy them directly to the C drive into the test folder. Cut, paste, copy, paste. That's probably the easiest way to steal the data. And in here is a bunch of doc files and stuff like that. Another way to steal data is with remote desktop clipboard. So we're going to steal, let's try this one. Actually, let's try this one. I think there's something in there. So I'm going to copy here. But then I'm going to pull up Windows Explorer, so I'll close this down. And I'm going to pull up Windows Explorer on the desktop. So this is actually running on my, in your case, would be my home computer, and I'm going to paste it. And that's the second way to copy data. Now, this is running a computer that is not running FileSure. So in your case, the user would be at home. This would be his home computer's view. So he just copied from using the clipboard from his office computer to his home computer. And the third way to get data is like this. You copy directly to the administrative share. So Win 10. So you go to the C drive. And since I'm an administrator on the office computer, probably like your users are, I can get directly to the files. So let's go to the test data. And let's copy these files. So I'm going to copy these, and I'm going to put them right here in my test folder again. Where's my test folder? Here it is. And I'll put them right here. So what we did was, that's quite a bit. What we did was we copied some files via the TS client. That's where you go from the workstation, managed workstation, the remote desktop session to the local drive directly. We copied it via the remote desktop clipboard. That's where you cut and paste from the remote desktop machine onto the local machine. And in this case, I copied it directly through would be your VPN, not going through remote desktop at all. So we want to catch all three of those. Well, we're starting to get some. I set up alerts for this, and you'll see here if I pull up. This is on my. Only two of them have come through so far. But if you look at my email, you'll see that there's one right there. Gene Allen has wrote 8 files to his local computer. This is the first test I did when I copied from this machine to my local computer. It's a remote desktop alert. This is an email alert. And you can see the date was just now, 9:07. And here's the next one, which was I used remote desktop clipboard to copy 8 files from this machine, from that machine to my home computer. Well, I didn't say home computer, but that's remote desktop. And there'll be another one that comes through in a few minutes. So let me show you the server side of things. So we're going to pull this guy up right here, and there's the FileSure console. As you can see, I have it pointed at the workstation right now. This is the remote desktop workstation. You can see all the activity as it comes through. By default, FileSure has these 4 rules turned on. And the one that's actually generating all this content are these 2 right here, the Office files and the PDF. So you wouldn't have to do anything. If you want to watch Office files and PDFs, just install the server and manage the workstations. They're going to be remote and desktop, and you'll be fine. So these are the 2 rules that are catching all this data that's coming through. Now I've created some new reports. Oh, here's the last email alert, the 3rd test, and you can see it. Gene Allen remotely read 5 files from this computer. So that was the 3 alerts that we set up, and those are the 3 different tests that we did for remote desktop on how to steal data. So let's see. Let's pull this back up. And let's see if we got some data reports. The logs are pushed from the workstation up to the server on a schedule, so it may or may not be there yet. So let's go in the previous hour, and let's choose that machine. That's fine. And there we can see these are the two tests. This was a remote desktop test, and there's the Explore Write test. So you can see it copied everything and picked them all up for your nice report. The other report that's kind of nice is this one. Let's see, reports, this one right here, that is useful for you, and that's the remote files accessed remote, this one right here. And this will be the report of the files that I copied directly from the server, from the workstation, not using a remote desktop. And there they are. You can see I copied, well, yeah, it was a bunch, remember, it was 50-something megabytes worth. So and then multiple pages, lots of them. So that's how I would recommend that you do it. Oh, if you want to see, we have 3 alerts. These are kind of complicated to set up, but I'll make sure they're all documented. But hopefully that'll show you some of the features. And this is just on by default. Just install it and manage your workstation, and you'll get all these things. Here in the real-time monitor, you can see, oh, there's another thing that you might find interesting. That's this one right here. If we go to View Data, and we say from the remote computer, and we want to get that guy, watch this. This is kind of nice. And I say for the previous 3 hours, that's fine. You'll get the logs. Oh, it's filtered. Hang on. Here we go. So here is all the activity from that workstation. But something you might find interesting is this right here. Okay, FileSure was started, and then you'll see that I logged into it using physical access, then our remote connected to it, and then I unlocked it. Kind of cool, huh? So that gives you all the sessions so you know when somebody logs on, when they log off, when the remote connect, when they log into it physically, when they remote connect to it and disconnect from it. All those things gets recorded by FileSure just right out of the box. And there's a report that goes with this too. A lot of people would probably set up a scheduled report, and all you got to do there is and you just say which one, like here's the connect block report, and you say what machines you want it on, how you want it sent, where you want it sent to, and you'll get it. They'll send to you at that regular time, in this case 6 o'clock at night. I hope that explains basically the functionality that you can use. Right now this is just auditing. If you want to actually set up rules to block this sort of activity, you can do that too. I'm not showing that in this video. Just let me know, and I'll make a video for that.